Y'all, this one fly! This one fly is bothering me. Anyway, so I'm back with another video. And to let you know, first off, before we even get into it, I've been watching Straw for the last 20 minutes. And I'm like, damn! She is going through a lot in the first 20 minutes. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and record something. And if you can tell in the background, I still have it on. I can't power it off because if I do, I might lose the account that I'm on. And allegedly. But I wanted to do this because I had it saved for the longest. Someone had posted on their YouTube channel this meme. Or do y'all even call this a meme? Because it doesn't even have a picture. This tweet. Someone posted this tweet, said, please give me an example of something someone said to you that was so astonishingly stupid that you can never forget. And I said, this is up my alley. This is literally up my alley. So I wanted to read the comments. And while I do, why don't you guys comment the same thing, all right? And maybe I can do a part 2. I think this is categorized on dumbest fails. So I don't know, I haven't read them. So I'm doing it right now. All right, let's go.
Get a dictionary.
During a science class, and this dude said with full confidence, the sun just stops burning at night. Ma'am, do you want your pizza cut into 8 or 12 slices? 8, because I can't eat 12. I think that makes sense. I think 8 because I can't eat. Oh, because it's the men don't have hormones. That's a woman thing. Men have testosterone. My aunt. I don't know if I should edit this out because I don't see anything wrong with that. I once asked my dad, has there ever been a Friday the 13th on a Thursday? I'll never forget the disappointment in his face. Actually, now this was posted 11 months ago. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, like 3 years ago, no, it was before COVID. So about 7 years ago, I read a meme that said something about, it had a lot of Halloween decorations in the background. So I'm assuming it has something to do with Halloween, but it says something about Friday the 13th this year happens on a Wednesday. This is the first time that ever happened. And my dumb ass tweeted that. And I said, y'all, this is for real. I have to tweet this because this is the first time ever in 666 years. Cows hibernate had me tweaking for a good minute. Is Japan in like Germany? My buddy in 11th grade who somehow made it to 11th grade. Was asked about a scar on my chest by some kids in a locker room swim camp. I was in 3rd or 2nd grade, and I told them I'd had heart surgery. One brave soul stepped forward with this question: did you live? I told him no. I worked at a bank. A woman wanted to withdraw an extremely large sum, and I told her she would have to order as we didn't keep that much on hand on an everyday basis. She then exclaimed, "What? Are you afraid of being robbed?" She was genuinely surprised when I said yes. The irony that I am literally watching Straw, but finding north is easy. It's always the direction you're facing. I don't understand the compass thing, y'all. I kid you not. I've seen it in movies. I've seen it in documentaries before, and I still can't grasp the logic of how a compass works. Whether I'm facing this way or this way or this way, is north not going to face in front of me no matter how it is? Do people even make compasses anymore? Full-grown deer weighs 100 pounds. That's why they call it a buck. This picture of a monkey smoking a cigar will be worth millions in 5 years. Y'all, how does that have 21,000 thumbs up? What is your chicken laid all those eggs? That doesn't make sense. A chicken only lays a single egg in its life. We can't possibly have the same ancestors. We look so different, said my at the time teenage full-blooded sister. Australians have Christmas in the summer? Why not move it to December like everyone else? I know I've said this before, but I have some Australian friends. I thought for the longest Australian was a different language, was a legitimate language. And even though we literally talk the same, it's just a different accent, I still categorize them as speaking Australian. And I still can't grasp why the fuck did I say that, or why did I even say that out loud? Why do they laugh the same if they speak a different language? I had to take a few steps from my boss that day. I got into an argument in high school with a girl who insisted that the moon was only visible at night and you couldn't see it in the daytime. Does black people's blood have a different color? She was absolutely serious. No, I ain't gonna say that out loud. I'm asking if someone had any proof for a criminal allegation. Their response was, is that what it comes down to? Proof? Alaska is a planet, and someone corrected her with, it's the North Pole, you idiot. And then another person said, you guys are stupid, it's a country. I just know this was 3rd grade. I just know it. What's sad about it, this could be 9th grade too. So I work as a bookseller. One time a customer came into my shop to ask me if we had a particular book in stock. But the only detail he could remember about the book is he was after it was someone by someone who writes books. Damn! Why was that so fucking hard to say? Let me read it again. Hold on, because should I write books? Would it translate to how I'm reading this shit? I work as a bookseller. One time a customer came into my shop to ask me if we had a particular book in stock, but the only detail he could remember about the book he was after was that it was written by someone who writes books. It. A guy in my class once genuinely and utterly convinced said that eggs were plants, that eggs came from plants. Brilliant. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna put myself on the sword here. I did not know eggs were classified as meat until 4 years ago. Because, and that's all I'm gonna say, because if I say more, not that she was wrong, but the timing. A girl in my high school biology class, upon learning that semen was made mostly of glucose, she blurted out, then why does it taste salty? This was a church-run school, extremely conservative, went over about how you Someone once told me that rabbits lay eggs. When I told them no, they began calling people to prove me wrong. The reactions from the people on the phone was priceless. My ex once said, just because I'm self-centered doesn't mean I'm selfish. I'm glad I had a witness for that one. It can't be poisonous. It's a plant. My friend immediately realized how stupid that sentence was after he said it. One time my 9th grade science teacher said, raise your hand if you think the moon is bigger than the sun. I swear I'm not joking. Half the class raised their hand. I knew a girl who said that there should be a shop where you can go get books and take them home to read. When you're done, you would just bring them back and get more. You only have to pay if you lose or damage the book. It was me. I was the girl I knew. Someone else asked if I was talking about the library, and I've never face palmed so hard in my life before or since. I tried making small talk with my barber. I told him my job and then politely asked, so what do you do for a living? He said bluntly, I'm a barber. I'm going to set a good example to my daughter by being a virgin. That's not how conversations work. An actual sentence that was said to me by a grown adult when I told them, you have to let me finish my sentences before you respond to them. Otherwise, there's no point in talking to you. That's not how conversations work. An actual sentence that was said to me by a grown adult. That's not how conversations work. An actual sentence that was said to me by a grown adult when I told them, you have to let me finish my sentences before you respond to them. Otherwise, there's no point in talking to you. Let me finish my sentences. feel like that's true though. You have to let me finish my sentences. Because if you don't, you're literally arguing. So our arguing conversation. Back in school, we were watching an old movie for English that was in black and white. Halfway through the movie, from the back of the class, a friend of mine yelled out, "Is this how everyone used to see back then?" With completely sincerity, I've never seen a teacher's will completely break until that moment. I just saw a video of when TV went from black and white to color. Literally, live. Went from black and white, they pressed the button and went to color. I can only imagine how I felt if I was sitting on my couch and I've seen that happen live. I can only imagine. But I wouldn't be that damn dumb to realize everything around me is not black and white, it's just the damn TV.